4-1-2-1-2 second variant, custom tactics and play instructions. Let's get straight into it. So post-patch, the 4-1-2-1-2 has been massively affected. The 4-1-2-1-2 second draws to the 4-4-2. They're just not the same formations they were before post-patch a few days ago. Not really sure why, but these new custom tactics and instructions are top 200, so pro player in the world. Top 200 in the world, pro player instructions and tactics have basically changed this formation completely. So it is actually one of the best formations now in the game post-patch if you use these new custom tactics and instructions. So previously, since FIFA Season 1, I've been using fast build up and it works so well with this formation in particular, the 4-1-2-1-2 second. Not really any other formations, just some reason this formation it works so well. Post-patch it's just been completely ruined and this formation is pretty much in the mud. But now with these new custom tactics and instructions, it is honestly so good. So let's get straight into it now and I'm going to show you these. So defensive style, we're going to be sticking with balance. I only like to use a press on more attacking formations, and this for these custom tactics and instructions we're going to be playing slightly more defensive than usual, sort of in between balance and defensive, or just in your defensive position. So we're going to be sticking with balance. Width on 55 to make it narrower when you're defending, harder for the opponents to break through. And for the depth, we're going to be using 72. 70 and above depth, you get an automatic offside trap, and this sort of counteracts with playing defensive. If we play too defensive, we're going to be sitting too deep, and the opponents are going to have all the possession. We're not going to win the ball back and not have any possession. So 72 depth is just above the automatic offside trap line, and it's sort of just into the phrase. You see 70 depth is still, if you look at the text here, adjust your defensive team. This is the more balanced version, still on 70. As soon as we get to 71, it becomes your backline will be high and vulnerable, and that is what you want. We want the higher line, which you get from 71 and above. So we're just going with 72. For the build-up play, we're going to be using balance. The chance creation, we use direct passing. I normally love to use fast build-up in this formation. It works so well, but post-patch, it's just not the same anymore. Hopefully in future patches, it'll be sort of fixed again. It'll work well again because it worked so well before. But sometimes it was even too OP. So we're going to be using balance now because that is what works better. And it's direct passing is still the meta. So luckily that hasn't changed. On every single formation, direct passing is just the key to success, really. It works so well alongside the player instructions I'm going to show you in a second. Width, we're going to be sticking on 30 width, yeah. The reason for this is just because you see the shape here. So you can see the shape. We've got the diamond shape in the middle. You've got the CDM at the cam and the two centre mids, which creates the most important shape on this formation, which is the diamond shape. That is the players you need to pass it around in the midfield to get it up to your strikers in the end. And if we push it out too wide and these players are going to be spread out and lose the diamond shape, you want the diamond to be as tight as possible, passing it around quick 1-2 passes. And if you've gone 30, it sort of just keeps the shape. Basically, that's what it does. It's that simple. It just ensures the shape is going to stay the same, and your players are not going to end up drifting off out wide and ruining the shape of the formation. Players in box, we're going to be using 6 to push more players forward into the opposition box. Actually, we can go 7 because we're playing quite defensive. So 7 players in box. Really push your players forward into the opposition box. Overload that box. Get as many chances as possible, and try and get as many goals as possible. Corners on 2 and free kicks on 2. For your player instructions, both strikers stay central, still in the centre area of the pitch in line with the goal, not drifting that wide. Getting behind, making forward runs behind the opposition defenders, which works well with the direct passing, and stay forward. So they're always staying at the top. They've always got that option up there. So when you win the ball with your midfield or your defence, your strikers are always going to be up there and not too deep where you can't have any options to start with. For your cam, we're going to be using stay forward as well to help out the two strikers and not drop back when defending, to stay in the diamond shape and get into the box across to ensure he's always overloading the box. For your 2 centre mids, make sure you have cover centre, and that's very important. Otherwise, they're going to drift out wide and lose the diamond shape, which you really want to try and keep. And then we're just going to leave the rest on default. You can use step up while attacking just to ensure they don't, they're sort of not pushing forward. You don't want too many players pushing forward. You want the 2 strikers going into the box, the cam, sometimes the fullbacks. But on these players, you don't want them to be drawn out of position too much. So I recommend using stay back while attacking on your 2 centre mids here. And then you can sort of manually go into the box as well, make runs and stuff like that with them if you want to. But if you really want them to go pushing forward, then you can have balanced attack on them. For your CDM, cut passing lanes is very important. Stop the opposition passing it around the edge of your box and getting through balls to their strikers. Stay back while attacking, so they're staying back in the CDM position, keeping the diamond shape once again and not pushing forward. Pretty much, as you can tell by now, the diamond shape is pretty much the most important thing about this formation. Just maintaining that shape, playing with that shape when you're attacking, and keeping the shape when you're defending, so you have it ready when you're attacking. It's that simple. Cover centre as well, so he's not drifting that wide, and then the rest default. 2 centre backs, always leave default, never change your centre back instructions. For your fullbacks, I recommend using stay back while attacking and then just leave the rest default. But if you want your fullbacks to be attacking, if you've got very fast fullbacks and good attacking fullbacks, then you can afford to use balanced attacks. They are overlapping right up against the touchline, making crosses into the box. They're going to be doing a lot of running, so running all the way up and down the pitch. They need to be fast and have good stamina and be good going forward as well. So good dribbling and shooting, and then they'll be good. But then you can use overlap, so make sure you have overlap points there on the outside and never on the inside, and balanced attack. If you want to play more defensive and keep the 4 at the back shape, then just use default with stay back while attacking. And lastly, for your goalkeeper, come to crosses, your keeper's coming off his line more to defend corners and crosses, trying to win that ball with his hands. Once the keeper's got his ball. Sorry, I messed up my words there. Once the keeper has the ball in his hands, he's not going to lose it until you throw it away or pass it away or something. So that is what you want to try and do. The same with sweeper keeper for the exact same reasons. And that is the custom tactics and instructions for this formation. 4-1-2-1-2, second variant post-patch instructions and tactics. Hopefully that was helpful. Give it a try, see what it's like. Let me know in the comments as well. If you've got any questions or anything like that, just let me know in the comments. I'll reply as quickly as possible. But thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Hopefully I'll see you again soon. And goodbye.